Hi, I'm Hanokh,
And this is Lacandor,
and this is
Comic Book Night,
Yay,
issue number 4.
issue number 4. So what we got tonight? Let's begin with some news.
Teen Titans Go premiered last night.
How was it?
Didn't watch it.
I saw previews for it. I was like, not
I
Titans.
I really like the little shorts, so I'm probably gonna watch it. I just forgot it was premiering.
You're a horrible human being.
Oh, you think so? I don't know. It's supposed to be funny, I guess, instead of serious like the previous Teen Titans cartoons. So
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind a little lightheartedness. I mean, I enjoy Batman the Brave and the Bold when it was on. If you ever saw that cartoon.
nah, I didn't watch it.
I know, not your Batman.
Not my Batman.
They had some dark episodes. The one with Joe Chill was pretty dark, but yeah. So I'm probably not gonna watch it. So what else we got for news?
Uh, Federal judge affirms DC's ownership of Superboy and a multi-million-dollar payout to the Siegel heirs. So good for DC claiming ownership of Superboy.
He's a worthless character. He should just give him away.
Because he'll kill you till you're dead.
That's Superboy Prime.
They're all the same.
There's like been like four. I mean, Connor Cone is. He's had about 3 different personalities, I think.
I haven't seen a Superboy I really liked yet.
You ever read old school Superboy though? So
That's true. But I guess 2008 ruling gave the Siegel heirs partial rights to Action Comics #1, and in January that got overturned. And so the federal judge affirmed this week that the overturn was correct. But man, I was reading about their 2001 deal that the Siegel heirs said they never agreed to. And they have to relinquish their claim to Superman, Superboy, and the Spectre, but they get like $5 million right off the bat, and $1 million here, and $500,000 every year for 10 years, plus 6% of anything to do with Superman.
so
Uh,
once Man of Steel's a mega smash hit, they're gonna be raking in some dough.
well, anything to do with Superman. So the comics, books, paper plates, everything.
A
So
lot of money.
yes, a lot of money. And
And then the
then
final piece of news, we got the new 52 Joker's daughter, which has been done before, but she is apparently now wearing Joker's severed face as a glass shard pie. Seems classy. I don't know what they're going to do with this. I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
I don't know that I remember Joker's daughter before.
She's kind of one of those esoteric comic book characters. I don't think she's ever appeared in any medium, and I don't believe she's like I can't remember reading her. It's been a while since I read anything about her, but I don't believe she's biologically his daughter. I think it's like a
She's Dula Dent,
right,
Harvey Dent's daughter,
right.
but she passed herself off as all the
Everybody's
major
daughter.
villains' daughter with a different name and costume each time.
Huh.
So she could be interesting.
Well, we'll see. We already have one crazy clown lady, so
Uh,
you know.
One, there's probably been 3 or 4 at this point. So
Who else besides Harley Quinn?
you had the White Rabbit chick that Dark Knight followed there
That's not
for
a
a little
crazy
while.
clown lady. That's just a crazy lady. I didn't say crazy lady. I said specifically crazy clown lady.
I'm sure there's been a couple of clown ladies in there.
Probably Nightwing's comic.
Ugh.
All right, so enough news. Comic books, yes.
Enough news.
Enough
Uh,
news.
all right, I guess enough news. We go to the comic books now.
So what's her first comic?
All-Star Western.
I'm glad to see Booster Gold again after his like 1 year hiatus after the cancellation of JLA.
You were talking just last week about how they just vanished Booster Gold from the universe. Well, now you know where he's at.
We put him with Jonah Hex for a little while.
Did you read the comic backup, the stupid
Oh,
news thing at the end with the
no, I didn't read the stupid. I don't usually like to read that because it makes me angry. But let me open up. Let me flip through a comic here, and I will take a look at that. Let's see what the stupid nonsense they put at the end of it this time. Oh,
ap-
I flip open the one comic that doesn't have it at the end.
apparently
Watchmen.
apparently Booster Gold's appearance in Old West somehow is a tradition for Halloween in Gotham to dress, or maybe not Halloween, but an alien visited Gotham, and so they have a week-long celebration where they dress up with masks of blue with gold bubbles over their eyes, like Booster Gold's costume,
Oh, great.
because we've seen that before, when they celebrated Booster Gold Week.
Oh yeah, right next to Duel of Dent Thursday.
Right.
Uh, but the comic itself, well, it's
Well, the
Jonah.
comic was good. Jonah Hex was good. Booster
Jo-
Gold was good.
I enjoy this. I enjoy this new pairing. It's gonna be interesting because next month, Booster Gold, I guess, will somehow take Jonah to the future.
What's really funny is Jonah Hex and Booster Gold drinking all night, and then Jonah Hex going, "Well, let's go." Booster Gold
It's
being
like
like,
you're gonna fight them with no sleep and after drink all that. Yep,
"Yep."
he's having fun with that guy. He really is. I think he just enjoys his naivete.
Well, after being stuck with Arkham for so long.
That's true. That's true, huh? I don't think you have a gay crush on me, do you? Nope. All right then. I can work with this.
That was a good one. And then the Stormwatch backup. Man, I really like the All-Star Western Stormwatch stories.
You know how they replaced the Stormwatch with the new Stormwatch after the quantum bubble loophole thing last month or
Right.
this month? This should be that Stormwatch. I want these guys to have a full comic.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Both of them. This one and the one last week was really great. I enjoyed both of them.
The
Awesome.
Steampunk Girl was awesome.
The spirit of the century. Yeah.
Yeah.
Punk girl. And this guy, I was like, is this another one of those like Jonah Hex westerny backups? And I'm like, huh. Actually, this guy is pretty interesting.
Yeah, some kind of not vampire, undead gunslinger hunter.
We we took Blade and gave him a gun instead of a sword and made him a western hero.
Yeah. But yeah, so All-Star Western was awesome. Next we got Batman Incorporated.
Oh, Batman Incorporated. It decided. Well, at least it was a cohesive storyline for this week.
I
I
didn't.
understood what was going on this week for the first time in about 4 months.
I understood what happened in the comic. I don't understand how it applies to anything that's been going on.
Well, Leviathan. And this plan has been in the works for years, and everything's coming to fruition, but she didn't apparently factor in the Dark Knight. Okay, you got to give him props for the Ra's al Ghul scene where he has the Dark Knight, the Black Knight, take the Red Queen.
Yes.
That was nice imagery. I was like, ooh, that's a nice touch.
Yes. I was a little confused by Azrael.
Well, yeah, this is a new Azrael, or maybe, no, because he wasn't rebooted, so I don't know.
Who
Apparently he's got
used to be a white guy with blonde hair.
I don't know, apparently his armor is magic and protects the wearer from harm. Oh, here's something that was interesting. Uh, in the other kind of we're retconning, apparently Jason Todd has had some kind of Talia tracker in his body.
Ah,
He's
yes.
been revived from the Lazarus pits a decade ago. So I wonder how that's going to play to Red Hood and the Outlaws.
I
It's
don't know.
canon now.
I'm like, they're talking in this comic about how Talia has the entire world held hostage at the moment.
I thought it was just Gotham she has held hostage, not the world.
No, it said the world in there.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because her whole plan is everything.
Oh, world domination.
Her meta bomb thing she's gonna detonate.
And only Batman can stop her.
And
Turning. How about that ending? Oh, continue. I'm sorry.
But where does that play out in any other comics?
Well, apparently, Gotham's been in the grip of Leviathan for months, and in fact, Commissioner Gordon is, you know, can't do his job, and everybody's hunting Batman, which we've seen plenty of in the other Batman comics. See, they just choose when this stuff matters.
That's
That's the
pretty
worst
much
part. It's like, hey, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. Hey, we killed Robin. This is canon now. This
right.
doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Red Hood has a bomb in his head, and it's going to go off in a couple comics. This is now canon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
How about that ending?
uh, Hold on, I'm
It was
drawing a...
equal. It was like really trying to be amazing, but I just felt it was really stupid.
Let me
Where
open
he's
it.
like, he gives the usual speech about superstitious and cowardly lot. I have to, the Batman speech, but he turns himself into the Man-Bat and goes, Talia.
Oh, well, he
What?
didn't turn himself into the Man-Bat. He put on that exoskeleton.
No, but it showed him injecting something into his neck.
No, no, that was the sun.
Oh, great. You mean, you talking about Talia's son?
Yeah,
Oh, great. So he's turning himself into the Man-Bat.
yeah. Or maybe that was Batman. Never mind.
Sure, that was Batman.
Oh, yeah, he did. He injected himself with the Man-Bat
The Man-Bat.
serum and then put on the exosuit.
Right, which here's the thing I don't understand is, I mean, I don't know in Grant Morrison's multiverse Batman thing how the Man-Bat serum works, but traditionally when you turn into the Man-Bat, you can't control yourself at all in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
Hence the whole issue with
maybe
the
that's
Man.
his plan.
Which actually we did see the Man-Bat serum in Batman: The Dark Knight, or one of the Batman comics, one of the
The
12.
annual.
What was it in?
It was in the annual.
Was in that annual, the oversized issue for the
Yeah,
900 issue.
yeah.
Yeah, and so it also in the new 52, it's supposed to be canon. And again, you can't control yourself because it shows the children in that comic going bonkers.
Right.
Yeah. So in other words, what I'm saying is this comic doesn't know what it's doing.
Yes. I
And
really did. I thought that was the son getting mad because she shocked him and injected himself with the...
takes it for now. I'm assuming there's going to be the incredible turn of events where he pushes her off a building or something.
Yeah.
She's like, the Batman will come. I have to put on my mask now, so he doesn't know it's me.
Yeah. So the next comic was The Dark Knight.
I enjoyed it. It was better than Batman Incorporated.
Yes. I don't really like their version of
Bad Hatter,
Mad Hatter. I mean, at least he was using his hats to control people this time.
because he's a hatter. I mean,
But
it's interesting. It's new. I just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Is my thoughts on that.
it's just that they took the Moloch story from the Before the Watchmen and
They
have directly applied it to the Mad Hatter.
pretty much, pretty much there. I'll give that to you. Except I don't think he's going to have a religious conversion at the end of the first issue. But
Right.
how about the rage tea that he was apparently drinking? I still can't get over the psychedelic teas. I'm sorry. I just can't handle the psychedelic tea.
That at least makes sense to me because that's right out of Alice in Wonderland.
I understand that, but it's weird for him just to be like, I mean, obviously it's weird in the context of Alice in Wonderland, but how does he make these teas? Does he just randomly choose what mood he's going to be in?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. But apparently, they have to kill the Batman. Shock of all shocks there.
I also think it's funny that I'm pretty sure that there can't be enough people in Gotham for these comics to actually work because they killed hundreds.
Kill, apparently Gotham it's like a city thing, man, where, you just kill off half the population, come back 2 minutes later, and everybody's back. It's basically the SimCity of the DC universe.
I guess.
You know what I mean? I mean, seriously though, like between this comic, all the other Batman comics, and all the other horrible shit that goes down in Gotham, I mean, I mean, not only, we made the comment before about how we don't understand why people would ever want to live in Gotham, but apparently people just are rushing to get in the doors. Like, so many people just to be killed.
But I mean, like Batwoman last week started with all those dead children on the bridge in that woman's dream, um, which I think was like a flashback, and then we've got hundreds dead in the river this week.
I did it Batman Incorporated.
Aquaman's brother flooded half the city.
Seriously, why would you ever want to live in Gotham? Ever. Ever. There's a history of horrible things happening in Gotham, extending back hundreds of years.
Jonah Hex left half the city dead from plague.
Well, that was Vandal Savage who caused it.
Right.
Hex, you can't solve plague. You can't shoot a plague, though. Jonah Hex is kind of useless in that situation.
Yeah.
You can't knife it or shoot it, so. But seriously, though, I don't understand why anybody would ever want to live in Gotham City, ever. They really should just mercy nuke it.
Well, they threatened that a couple of times, so I mean, not with the reboot, but
I know that
pre-reboot.
and all that. All right, what's the next one?
Uh, Before Watchmen, the comedian. I think that's the last Before Watchmen comic.
Is I enjoyed pretty much every one of the Before Watch. Actually, I've enjoyed every one of the Before Watchmen comics.
I did too. I expect them to be terrible, and they were not. They were really good,
Really good.
which I know is blasphemy, but
Oh, whatever. Alan Moore's a hairy troll. Say what you're thinking.
well, I wasn't even thinking about Alan Moore. I was just thinking about all the reviews I've read about the Before the Watchmen comics, where people are furious that they even attempted to make the comics. But I
Hey,
liked them; they were good, and this one was spot on good. I really
that
enjoyed it.
that subtle ending where you don't even get to see him get shot, but you have to piece it together yourself. That
I'm pretty sure a gun to his head saying "I've got you."
well, they don't shoot him. Yeah, that was just nice, and then they just have him throwing the gun away, and then I like that scene with him just bashing his head on the steering wheel.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
He really was his friend.
Yep, but he liked war better.
It's true.
And then our next comic was the Final Eye Vampire.
Or John Constantine locks the door and lets the plot solve itself.
Glad I handled that.
You said that was like your favorite line from this, but I have to say his next one was better. After that, on that page, he goes, "Glad I handled that. Are you guys gonna go do evil things? Yeah, probably. Go kill people. They're like da da da. Yeah, probably. Vampire loves is Andrew's business.
I know.
They literally admit, yeah, we're gonna go and kill some people, and Jack Constantine's like, this isn't my problem. Falls into the realm of Andrew Bennett's problem. It's vampire love, vampire love couples. That's his business.
Yep. So Lucifer ended up with Cain, and Lilith got sent back to wherever, and
Mary,
Mary
and
passed on.
Bill, Andrew Bennett,
Now it's just Andrew Bennett
and his vampire dog.
and his vampire dog.
Why is your dog trying to eat me? Because he's a good dog.
He's a good boy.
Obviously, he's not in the throes of a bloodlust because he's a good dog. Makes perfect sense to me. Well, he's like, how do I close it? Only the flesh of the one who did it, could go in and the dog hits him. He's like, good dog.
Yeah, so iVampire had quite a few really good stories. I really liked when they went to Gotham and Batman and Constantine were there together. That was some
That was really fun.
funny stuff. When the Helsings bombed them,
The zombies versus vampires.
that was awesome.
With Zeppelins too, and they made a comment about that too. It was just it was a great comic. It was a little over the top. It was a little cheesy, but you know what? They knew exactly what they were doing. I used to remember the early comics where they had the funny little captions for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know how you can say it was over the top compared to some of the other stuff that's out there.
I mean, come on. You know, Van Helsing Zeppelin army with Egyptian necklaces that turn them into undead zombies when they die
It
to fight
was
an entire army.
it was a good, serious supernatural.
I mean, it got a little over the top. I'm just saying it got a little over the top. I'm
It
not.
wasn't over the top like the Frankenstein comic.
I don't think the Frankenstein comics really over the top.
I think it was more so than I Vampire.
Well, opinions. Just like your opinion, man.
That's true. That is my opinion. Um, but yeah, it was. I thought it was a good series,
It was a good series. I'm sad
and
to see you go.
I thought it ended well, though.
It did. You know, this way, Deathstroke didn't come in and kill everybody.
Yes.
So, I'm okay with that.
This one didn't try to cram a story into the last issue.
Just wrapped things up and said, you know what? There's more things to be done, and hopefully one day we'll return to Andrew Bennett.
This is like the only one that ended that didn't say to be continued.
Nope. It's just, it's going to get continued. It's just, I'm sure they'll be popping up in Justice League Dark from time to time.
Oh, I'm sure. Everybody does.
But he does. That's the Hangout comic.
And speaking of Justice League Dark, that's the next comic on the list.
It's almost like I had that planned. I actually didn't. Uh, well, it's Justice League Dark. It's awesome. It's John Constantine. It's Justice League Dark. It has Frankenstein. This week it had Swamp Thing. I mean, what else do I need to say? It's a great comic.
Justice League Dark, I hate when you call us that.
I love the nod to the Rot World crossover from Animal Man and Swamp Thing, where Swamp Thing's like, I know who you are, John Constantine. Listen to a dang word that you say. You're just trying to trick me. And then I also love the scene where he's like, we don't know each other, Frankenstein, but we do know each other. And so if you vouch for this dude, I will do what he says. Frankenstein's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but John Constantine's a liar and a cheat. In case he is speaking true words.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
This Dr. Destiny.
I don't know who Dr. Destiny is.
Oh man, he's well I don't know him from the comics except for his appearance in The Sandman. But the traditional Dr. Destiny is a wimpy guy who gets like generally like some magical amulet or something. That's the dreams of other people, project himself. He's not really ever. I mean, I think he's had some like serious business storylines, but in terms of raw magical power, he's not considered super powerful. But this is like a really darker Dr. Destiny. He also appeared in a two-parter in Justice League, the cartoon. In that one, he got his powers from a machine.
You know, I
That hit him with that one song that you sing when you're about to fall asleep or something. The French one. I can't think of what it is right now. Frere Jacques. You know Frere Jacques, Dormez-vous?
right, right.
Yeah, he was in
Uh,
that song, so.
I thought I did recognize him from Sandman, but I couldn't remember.
He appears in the very first storyline of Sandman, where Morpheus is trying to get back his items, his
Right,
helmet, the bag of sand, and then his gem.
right.
He's the one who has the gem, and then that's one of the darker Sandman storylines. Something that's one where he goes into the diner and tortures them for 24 hours.
Right, right, right. That's what I thought I recognized him from. I'm like,
Yeah. But see, they really seem to classed up his character a little bit. So it's really cool how he trapped Swamp Thing, and I'm curious to see where this is going to go. How about that scene with Deadman?
uh, the one where he's like being accused of working for John Constantine because he's being blackmailed.
And he tells Steve Trevor, "You're a moron. There is no one is blackmailing. Just you don't want John Constantine as your enemy." I almost feel like there should have been another speech where they said, "Have you seen what happens to his friends? Imagine what happens to enemies."
I just like when he's like, is John Constantine blackmailing? He's like, well, John is John.
I
That
got
made me laugh.
John Constantine.
Yeah, but that was a great comic. Uh, and then next we had Katana.
So I really wanted to really enjoy the Katana comic because we both really enjoyed her in Birds of Prey.
Yes.
I really enjoyed her in Birds of Prey. This comic has been really hit or miss for me.
I haven't. I mean, it's not. I don't know. I haven't really liked it. I mean, it's not like I hate it, like I hate Dial H.
No, no, there's no hatred here for this, but it's mediocre in my opinion.
It's weird. It's not like it has anything to do with the katana that's in Birds of Prey.
No, and they're going for some more like mystical elements. The introduction of Killer Croc was interesting, where he snapped her sword in this comic, releasing the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. Have you ever seen the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo?
Right, right.
I totally got that vibe from that scene. Uh, and then apparently we did have the cool reveal that the her husband really isn't in the sword; it's the Creeper.
Which just makes me think that in Minecraft I hate creepers.
Yeah, well, he's in this comic, so
Apparently,
it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I guess it really wasn't pretty good. It had some really nice moments. I do love the whole drunk Asian kung fu master stereotype thing they got going on.
it's too Kung Pao Enter the Fist for me.
You know what? That is true. It's like a badly dubbed Japanese movie.
Yeah,
I just wait for Bruce Lee to pop up.
it's like the Birds of Prey is so serious and Katana seems so serious in that, and she's like walking assassin death in Justice League of America, and in this she's like all over the place.
She talks too much.
She's always in disguise, undercover, being a waitress, listening in on conversations, and
Angels, seriously. She changes disguises. I think she used two different disguises in this comic.
she's always in Japantown,
Is that what it's called too? What's that?
Japanese town, something like
Like
that.
really horrible like that. I mean Chinatown, I guess. I mean it's so different. I guess I should say it. Chinatown, but just Japantown.
It must be Japanese town,
No, I think it's like Japantown. It's like
Japantown. I don't know. It's just it comes across as weird.
Chinatown, Japantown makes sense.
Right.
Country town after it. Uh,
But yes, it was okay at best.
I want to like it more. They need to bring back real Katana. I
Yeah.
They really haven't showed her appearance much in Justice League America yet, so maybe that'll be more real Katana.
Well, we just had her and Steve Trevor talking for 2 seconds, and then agreeing to go because I don't know why
Reasons.
reasons.
We don't know yet. Maybe Steve Trevor was trapped in a sword for a while. We don't know.
Maybe
Explain his lack of personality. Oh,
maybe Amanda Waller is the creeper.
well, no, no. You know who's really running all the Yakuza?
Amanda Waller.
She's bad in this comic too. She runs every other organization.
Yeah. And then next we had Red Lanterns.
So we've had several comics. I mean, Frankenstein does this. Rob Liefeld, of course, was notorious for this. But having comics where the majority of it is actions, maybe some action scenes, but mostly a monologue, whether internal or external. I don't think anybody does it better than Atrocitus in Red Lantern.
Tross is so amazing.
He's just so great. That cliffhanger last month where he's like, I want all the Red Lanterns to kill me because I gave up the chance to save my world for the greater good in a sense. And then they are going to kill him, and he feeds on their rage and himself into a new Atrocitus.
Yes. Well, it goes back to when he ripped out his throat to get enough blood to reawaken the Manhunters who destroyed his world in the first place, so that he could use them as weapons against Oa.
Really hoping that he wipes out the Guardians that suck because, they're now marching on it, and that he takes out the first Lantern now. I hope it's just the Red Lanterns who defeat them all. That'd be so great.
Yeah.
Just the process coming in and whooping.
Isn't this the exact same thing, though, that happened with the Rise of the Third Army?
No, because Atrocitus sent his Manhunter army in that case. Now the actual Red Lanterns are mobilized.
Yeah, but isn't he going to bring his Manhunter army with him again?
I don't know. In the final scene, are they there? I think it's just a splash page of the Red
Red
Lantern.
Lanterns, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be kind of silly. How about the Manhunters wanting him not to die?
Right.
You took us from our endless nightmare.
I don't know. Atroz is just awesome. He's my favorite Lantern.
He is just amazing. He's just so awesome. He really is. Next comic.
Next comic is Superman. Now, it was Action Comics I liked.
I couldn't remember.
I can't ever remember which is which because this Superman was not very good.
I believe we actually did like Superman last month. We did. We liked both of them. We liked both of them. Because it felt like if I think I remember right, we enjoyed the last Superman because it actually felt like Superman. Or was that Action Comics?
That had to be Action Comics because I'm pretty sure Superman was coming off of Mixoplex, or was that Action Comics?
Issue handy? Can you check it?
I don't have it handy.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to find it real quick.
Okay.
What was it last week? Oh, but let's talk about this comic while I'm doing that.
Why is Hector Hammond in the Superman comic?
Who is he from?
Green Lantern.
Is he? The giant head dude?
Well, I don't know. He's the bad guy in the Green Lantern movie.
Oh, that's right. I don't know, because reasons.
Reasons.
Because they needed apparently some big. You know who he reminds me of? That one guy from Marvel who runs AIM or whatever, the evil science organization. You know what I'm talking about?
What's that dude's name?
I think.
Um,
All right, I found Superman 18. His name is oh, remember Superman 18 had Superman talking to the court of law. I don't think we like this.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Action Comics that's gotten better, not
Yeah,
Superman.
like yeah, Superman last month was remember he teams up with the blonde chick and everybody's getting controlled and throwing themselves off of buildings.
Yeah, I have no idea what I did with my copy, but I don't see it.
Ryan gets his mission to kill Superman. We didn't like that comic. I remember now. Yeah, so this one sucked too.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate Orion, which is sad because I really like the character of Orion in pretty much every other medium I've seen him. But I don't know if this is like some new 52 thing or not, but I can't stand Orion.
Well, I don't know what he's doing in Superman. He's better in Superman than he is in Wonder Woman.
That's just because that's because Wonder Woman has the amazing power to make everybody who enters that comic boring and one-dimensional. It's because he's part of a soap opera, Wonder Woman.
Yes. Yes.
No, he's in. Are you asking why he's in this comic? Is that what you asked?
No.
Okay, okay. Because I'll say, they explained that last month. He has to kill Superman, who apparently has the mind of Fathead Man in it.
Hector Hammond.
Hector Hammond. What if I was like, you seem malevolent and evil. I should kill you by punching you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go fight Superman now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Motherbox, take me to Hector Hammond's brain.
It's Superman. I got to kill you, Superman.
Yeah.
The whole like mind illusion thing, like Lois Lane in Wonder Woman's outfit and different things like that. I thought that was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I thought the whole party scene was pretty stupid. Hello, I am Diana. I am totally not the princess of the Amazons. As I mingle with you common folk and act like one of you humans.
Right.
I love how they're all like, they don't even question anything that she says that's completely weird and out of character.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the Superman comic.
I'm surprised she didn't just float that entire comic. You know what I mean? Just float back and forth at the party and everybody just be ignorant of that happening.
Yeah, Action Comics is the one that just came off of Mixoplex because Superman just came off of Hell.
That felt like Superman, we said.
Right.
And then we realized that Grant Morrison wasn't writing it, so.
Yeah.
Superman was blah.
Yeah, it was blah. Next comic was Talon.
Blah.
This one made me the angriest this week.
Now see, I don't understand. What made you so angry about it?
Because at the end of it, Talon slipped out of cuffs that Batman said were unescapable that he tried on himself, and then used some little balls to outwit Batman's technology because apparently Talon is better than Batman.
How about apparently Batman's been taking lessons from Rorschach because his response is just to stare there and go,
Yeah.
herm.
Well, that and I hate the Talon comic. That doesn't help either.
I was like, I get that they have to prove that talent matters. I could buy him escaping from something that Batman couldn't escape from just because, they showed that he is better trained an escape artist, better trained escape artist. I mean, it's like Mr. Miracle, right? Mr. Miracle can escape from things that Batman can't, simply because that's his thing. He's an escape artist. Batman is an escape artist, but he's also everything else. So I could buy that. The whole having the things on hand to scramble the Batdar, not so much. Not so much.
I
Well,
just
I also did like how Scooby-Doo it was.
it would be one it would be one thing if he
And then he turns back and the guy's gone.
right. It would be one thing if he had to take a couple of minutes to unhook him, but no, they don't even show it. He's just gone.
Because he's a talent, and this is his comic.
Yeah. I hate the Talon comic. I haven't liked it since the first issue.
There was no reason for Batman to be in here yet.
Well, Bane's there. Bane broke the Talon's neck.
And there's no need for him to show up and be like, I captured you in my bat net,
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bane was pretty fun.
Talons don't operate in my city.
I could tell that you're not made of ice, or you're not a. Well, he's dead now, so aren't you happy? Weren't you happy with the ending at least? Spoiler alert: Bane snaps his neck.
Yeah, except that wasn't the ending, so.
Well, it says his neck is pretty snapped, buddy.
Yeah, but there's a Talon comic next month.
Talon, rest in peace. Obviously, he's totally not going to get animated.
So obviously, because Talons don't come back from that kind of stuff.
Right, because they just stay dead, like the court owls.
Right.
I love how they're all throwing a fit because someone found the real mask, and that apparently meant that it was on. How about that dumb security system? Haha, I have completely defeated you by detonating a bomb. At the first sign of an attack, everything gets wiped forever.
See? The only part of that comic I like is the tech chick and her daughter.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I like how she's like, you don't think I would have a computer override? You're a moron. I also, how about the whole cheesy James Bondish escape pod? That was, you'll never take me alive.
That I thought was funny.
It was funny. It's just completely out of character for this comic.
I don't know. This comic doesn't have a character, and Talon just sprouts abilities and toys whenever he needs them. Like
Batman? No, I'm just kidding.
Here's these ice cubes. Throw these at their feet.
Oh yeah. We manufacture these to freeze the feet of Talons. I just use them in the sewer because I would have been sewer filled with water, which would probably help the ice cubes freeze their feet. But that's smart, so can't do that. Plot convenience.
Yeah, so I don't like Talon.
So what's next?
Teen Titans.
I think I missed a comic. When did Trigon show up?
Last comic?
When did Raven somehow become semi-good? She's weird in this comic.
She was good when Phantom Stranger gave her to Trigon?
Right, but then it seemed like last month she's evil.
No. She probably still is evil.
I don't know.
Nobody knows. She's got some kind of twisty plot against Trigon.
Yeah, apparently something's going on.
And everybody's afraid of her. Remember her brothers were talking about how nobody's allowed to go near her and she's just gathering power. Remember they showed her sitting on the throne there in the one comic?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I did like Trigon. I love the whole insolent whelps.
Yes.
To attack me. Rah, who dares strike Trigon?
It was nice to see Simon brought in.
Yeah, Simon says everyone dies. They did.
I mean, as nice as it can be to bring in an old school bad guy. But
how about the whole I'm Red Robin, I don't have to answer or tell you anything. Brah, I'm totally not going evil or have something wrong with me.
Beast Boy coming back to the Teen Titans.
It's really good. Well, apparently he survives Deathstroke's annihilation in Ravagers.
Yes. And Raven.
It was good.
Raven, I'm happy to have Raven back too.
And the stupid mask that you didn't like, she takes it off and on. So
Yeah.
there you
I
go.
still don't like it. It looks goofy.
A mask.
Because, Ravens run around with the big white feathers over their face.
I love how they're like, we might even have to call the Justice League for this. I love how Trigon disables them with backstory. Bruh, flash of your life. No! My plot issues. You're crushing me. Yes, I am Trigon, and among my many abilities is the ability to flash your plot before your eyes. I thought that was just kind of, I mean, it was interesting to see those flashes, but it was kind of kooky.
All right, we'll get to see Kid Flash's
Trial.
trial.
We hate you so much. You have committed such horrible crimes against humanity that killing you is not punishment enough. We're sending you to Gotham City in the first century.
Hey, you know what? I prefer to see it from Trigon than I wanted to see it from Vibe.
Nice. Well, Vibe will probably be able to beat Trigon by, opening a dimensional wormhole with his, misunderstood powers.
Right, right. He'll suddenly his powers come from the event horizon of portals that actually cross through hell, and so that gives him direct control over elder demon gods.
No, okay, seriously, no, that's just silly. What's gonna happen is he'll throw some magic ice cubes and freeze Trigon in place for a few minutes. Let's be
Uh,
real here, okay? Hotel.
y-
I think that's gonna be a running thing.
mm.
Uh,
But yeah, so Teen Titans was awesome.
yes, it was.
Not so awesome was The Flash.
Uh, well, first strike against it, it mentioned Dial H. It reminded me of Dial H. So that's its first black mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a little interesting seeing the whole Barry Allen without powers thing for a little while. I kind of enjoyed him like trying to figure out how to, although I like how he was like, apparently Weather Wizard's wand is genetically coded, but apparently if I just poke it enough times, it will do random things.
I don't know that it was genetically coded because,
What he said.
well, he got fog to come out of it almost instantly and then
Maybe it's because it's an older model or something.
started poking it and it spit out a whirlwind.
But that was kind of fun. The whole she's all like, I don't have powers. I can't run fast. Yeah, I was robbing banks. I saw that one coming.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the Flash comic.
He's focusing on Iris now though because she hasn't manifested powers yet. That's okay. Her undead husband Wally West has them now. We'll
Um,
have to see what happens with this Reverse Flash.
yeah, Reverse Flash, I don't even know. Uh, we'll see. I mean, the comic isn't terrible, but it's been bland ever since the first issue, and it hasn't really.
It feels like we've been in between plot lines for like 5 comics, even though it hasn't been 5 comics.
You mean 19 comics?
Hey now, we're still trying to figure out that Speed Force. How about that Batman knows about Dial H?
You remember when there was that airplane crash for no reason?
Uh, Vaguely.
Did they ever explain why that guy got an airplane thrown at him in like comic one?
Speed Force.
Speed Force. Yeah, so Flash was okay, but
There was a nice little scene with Cyborg.
yes, the cyborg thing was funny.
Um, the Batman knowing about Dial H and more details. And I love how he's like, how he named the group, this Canadian meta group. So, one more comic then, right? Is that our last comic next?
Um, yeah, Savage Hawkman. No. Fury Firestorm.
Oh, can we just skip that and go to Savage Hawkman?
No, I have some comments about Fury Firestorm.
Go for it.
First off, when did Jason get so stupid?
Between issues.
Like
Next.
he suddenly doesn't know how to use his powers,
Right.
and
Behind him, Jason. Well, I didn't know that you were a genius, Jamie, like that.
and it's like he doesn't even know what's going on. He can't fight. He has no abilities of any kind.
Maybe it's because of the whole drainy, zappy fission thing.
And how does someone who can control the molecular structure not be able to affect organics?
Because the power of life is something that he can't tap.
What does that have to do with rearranging molecules?
Midichlorians?
They're like, we can't break out of this ice. We can't change it into something else. Our power doesn't work in organics. I'm like, you were going to turn the machine into tissue paper last week. What do you think that's made out of? Or not last week, last month. 2 months ago, whenever that happened.
Sometime in the distant past.
I'm like, since when? Aren't everybody you fight an organic? It's not Fury of Firestorm fights robots every time.
Oh no, organic tissue, my one weakness.
My
But
one weak,
in blood, does that mean he can't do anything about it?
my one weakness, common human beings. Fury of Firestorm beaten to death by kindergartners.
Seriously? Well, no, he could just, basically what you need to do is find some corpses and just beat him with them.
So, so with our modern technologies, all those really fancy suits like that are probably made out of carbon molecules, which organic is made from. So, he didn't have any problem changing that dude's suit around.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. Basically, if it's plot convenient, he can't do it anymore. Why can't Firestorm? Why can't the guy whose head is literally on fire break out of ice? Well, you see, it's made with kryptonite, organic material, and so he can't escape.
There must be an organic component to this ice. Ice doesn't work that way. I'm sorry.
There's a little,
Uh,
it's because there's little bits of flesh frozen inside it.
that's what I was thinking of. I'm like, ew, I don't even want to know what you're frozen in then if it's organic.
Like,
Um, and then the last thing I had written down for the Fury of Firestorm was, did I accidentally pick up a Super Friends issue? Because those bad guys were out of left field.
they weren't their last issue. They just showed up out of nowhere. There's 6 of them.
And they are Super Friends bad guys.
They totally are. They even have
No,
an act.
I am not joking. I remember Black Buffalo.
Wait a minute. That character existed before this comic?
Yes, he did.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
I know.
That's pretty sad when your main character can't take down super villains.
Fury Firestorm. Thank you for answering my question of what was the worst comic this week.
And so then the best comic though was
Oh, wait, we still have Savage Hawkman to talk about.
we do have one. Blockbuster is apparently made from Alzheimer's patients now.
I like bumbling old man stumbles into a lab and knocks things over.
and then becomes the Hulk. I mean Black.
No, he's not Blockbuster, I don't think. Isn't the other dude Blockbuster?
Oh, he's like quarter Blockbuster. Here's what I want to. Okay, so they talk. I mean, they guys like I have different methods to cure Alzheimer's than what is normal for most people. So you're expecting something kind of crazy to happen. I don't understand how you get from trying to cure Alzheimer's patients to the Blockbuster formula.
Okay, this is what I see. Old bumbling Alzheimer patient named Professor Ziegelmeyer?
Right. That's
Ziegler? Ziegler.
yeah. That's female love interest's father.
Right. Wanders into the laboratory in the middle of the night
Because
where he sees the
the experiments taking place on a young man with the open door because, when you're, performing, illegal experiments, you don't close the door or anything or lock it.
Right. But he's just standing there and he's got a needle in his hand and the guy is strapped to a table. And then the old man wanders in, they show his foot trip over some cables, and then green light sprays out of the lamp over the guy's head.
Right. I thought it was also like there were some hoses that got pulled.
I don't know. And then all of a sudden, big,
Giant monsters.
big giant monsters. Oh, and G Gundam fetish suit, Savage Hawkman.
Put on my suit.
As the nth metal smears its way down across his body and he pushes through it in that one scene.
Well, the transformation sequence was a little disturbing.
Every direction. He gained and lost his suit like 4 times in that comic.
Seriously, he might as well be Sailor Moon at this point.
If you've never seen G Gundam, watch an episode of G Gundam, and every time he puts on his suit to control his Gundam, it's just like that. He gets wrapped up in a latex suit and then pushes his way through it.
YouTube search G Gundam, transformation, and that's all you need to see. And there'll be like a 1 minute clip of them putting on their leather or their
Yeah, they're latex.
latex. And I thought plug suits were bad.
And that was the comics for the week. Savage Hawkman, it wasn't bad. I really wasn't that bad.
No, well, it was mediocre.
Compared to what it has been, I still want original Carter Hall back, though, instead of Qatar Hall that they've got right now.
Hall, burner of chickens or turkeys. How about that sitcom Burning the Turkey for Dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Savage Hawkman, but I can't make dinner. How relatable.
All right, so best comic this week?
Red Lanterns.
Yeah, I'm going to Red Lanterns, followed closely by Justice League Dark.
Followed closely by Constantine.
Yeah. Worst comic?
This is tough. I honestly want to give it to Superman.
Superman was bland, but I hated Talon way more, and I just thought Fury of Firestorm was stupid.
I didn't have your hatred of Talons this week, so
I don't know. I'm really mixed between Talon or Fury of Firestorm.
you can give it to both. Give it to both.
I will then. Both.
Yeah, the canceled comics. So that's it.
I believe so.
Oh, this week I have thrown my support behind the reptilian conspiracy and how the reptilians are controlling the entire world, from the Boston bombing to the lunar landing to 9/11. Everything involves reptilians. And anybody who tells you otherwise is part of the reptilian elites.
My support goes to Birthday Cake, since I finished the last piece for mine just before we started.
Of birthday cake?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of birthday cake?
Chocolate birthday cake with chocolate pudding, whipped cream frosting.
That sounds like diabetes.
It was so delicious, though.
Sounds like diabetes. All right, well, I don't support diabetes, for the record.
But I do support that cake, and it's my favorite, and I have the same one every year for my birthday.
Well, happy birthday,
Thank you.
even though it's not your birthday. I have now wished you a happy birthday before your birthday and after it,
But not on it.
but not on it. Too much effort. So long and good night.
Laters.